No, not in any way, shape, or form. But you know what feels good?
What's that, buddy?
My waistline feels much better than it used
Well,
to.
that's fantastic. Now, what helped you with your waistline?
I joined Noom, dude.
Well, that's
I
fantastic.
they started sponsoring us, and I was like, all right, listen, I'm a fat guy.
Well,
I'll
you're
drink.
a larger gentleman.
You're too nice, but like seriously, the word fat works. Like probably less though than I am.
As long as you're not shaming yourself, I think that's all right.
Mega ultra obese probably works better when you're pointing a finger at me.
Grandioso El Grande.
There you go. I like that. I like that one. And that will be my wrestler name, my lucha wrestler name.
Yes, that's it.
So yeah, I started trying Noom once they became a sponsor, and I've been running the program. Lost 35 pounds so far,
which is fantastic. Now, I know you've been really preaching about the app. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the motivational speeches that are helping you get through now?
You know what? Actually, I have visual help on this one. So, like something like this is like the courses you get every day, like and you can go through them. You can listen to them or read them. They're like it tells you like 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, whatever. And they're really nice. So I listen to them. So like I'll walk around the house or something and like just listen to them in my pocket, like a podcast, just to kind of familiarize myself with such. And it's pretty cool because every day I wake up, there's a certain regimen you got to take, stuff like that. Like it's hooked up to my Fitbit. And because I have COVID right now, I've not been walking as much as I'm trying to. I get to about 5,000 normal, no COVID days. But I've been only getting to about 2,000 a day or so.
Well, that's pretty good considering your chest is literally caving in on itself at this point.
It's true. It's true. And they make me log my meals. So like this is from the other day, it says Monday or whatever. So logged, I hadn't logged my dinner at that point yet, but like I also weigh myself every day. I was at 500 pounds. And the one thing that's really been helping me is like, so when my weight fluctuates and such, I always kind of got mad because I would only weigh myself like once a week, like at the most, or maybe once a month. But now this has me doing it every day. And the good thing about that is it's helped me like with my support group, and my coach have let me know that like that's a good thing. Your weight's going to fluctuate. You just don't want drastic fluctuation. So like I started at 535, and then like this is August 16th. I was at 503. And then, if you look a few days after, on the 21st, like I had gone up. Then I came back down to 500. Then this is the 22nd, yesterday, and I was at 500. And because of the curse that we'll talk about on the show, I'm still at 500. And we'll get into that a little bit more. But yeah, other than that, Noom has been fantastic. And guys, just so you know, they have daily lessons, personal coaching sessions, support groups, tracking systems, and more. They won't tell you what you can or can't eat. Because they don't believe in good or bad foods. Instead, they'll give you the knowledge and wisdom you need to make informed choices to fit your lifestyle. So try Noom today. Our affiliate link is down below in the descriptions, or you can find it on thescenesnobs.com, Linktree, and more from us. And take the test. And if you sign up, let us know how you're doing. We'd love to hear it.
Check it out. Check out Noom. Thank you.
And they are the sponsor of tonight's Scene Snobs podcast. And guys, we are talking about a curse that I have had put on me by maybe Casey. We're not 100% sure yet. We're figuring it out.
We'll kind of talk it through. I feel like there's something there. Maybe we need a deeper discussion on that.
We'll investigate that. And because I've been hitting the horror genre pretty hard lately, I'm asking the question, can you watch too much of one genre? And we're going to get into that and more. So guys, let's start the show.
Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast.
Welcome, everybody. You get a mediocre welcome from me today because I have all types of sicknesses going on.
Yes, he's our low energy Mick. There's actually a different version of him. He's in beta test right now. We're not sure how it's going to go. So we'll see how this low energy goes, because I think maybe someone in our audience cursed Mick.
I have a feeling somebody did. Somebody had to have put a curse on me.
Somebody had to have.
And before I pull up we start talking about it more, let's pull up the culprits.
Let's do
Paul
it.
Dunn is here. What's going on,
Hi,
Paul? How you
What's
doing,
up,
buddy?
Paul?
Liz, thank you for joining us.
Good evening.
Chris, it was you, wasn't it?
What's up, brother? Great to see you, Chris. No
What's up,
worries
Chris?
on not being able to chat. Good luck at work.
Hopefully we can keep you entertained during work. Liz, oh no, I hope you feel better. So thank you very much.
It's definitely Liz then. Liz did
It's
it.
Liz. Liz did it.
It's Liz. The first one who felt bad for you. Nope, that's them.
The chicken says hello.
Hello.
Well, I do think you can watch too much of one genre. I have to switch it around sometimes. Hey, listen, man, we're not there yet. You calm it down a little bit. It's you who did it, Riz. Trying to take me out.
Paul was actually trying to get us to show up at his wedding celebration, and whatever rain dance he did to try to get us down there gave you a lot of problems.
Oh my God, did it ever, dude? It has been. I mean, last week was my whiny, I'm gonna complain about everything session.
Mm-hmm.
And this week it was just like, you know what, man? You're gonna complain? All right, we're gonna give you some more to complain about. And like I swear, that's what happened. I must have pissed somebody off last week because I'm telling you.
You didn't manage to find an answer. Instead, you just added more problems. And brother, that's the point that you need to see the path in the forest, my friend. There's a way out.
Listen, mouth.
I'm not sure who you're going to have to capitulate to. You may have to like pray to a god or like maybe sacrifice a goat. I don't know what kind of level curse we're talking about here, bro.
Oh my God! If they ask me to sacrifice you, I can't do it though. I'll just live with the curses.
Thanks for the line. It's good to know that I'm your line. It really means a lot. Yeah. That's incredible, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I mean, you're the very lowest of the line.
Yeah.
But it's a very small thing. It's only like 5 people, so
exactly. I'll take it. I'll take the bottom of that.
4 of them are my family members. So
yes. Fuck yeah, broke in.
Boom. There you go. How good does that feel, right?
Suck it, Connor.
I can't see. I'm not going to put you above my kids.
No, of course not.
Oh wait,
well, nobody would.
I guess you would be like 4 because there's only 3 of them.
Oh yes, even better.
I gotta keep my mom on the list. So she's.
I mean, it's mom. Yeah.
My mouth feels like I have pennies in it.
Oh, that's exciting. So you're like nice and metallic, a little coppery.
Oh. So we're okay. So people, we're gonna get into it. Here's her. I'm gonna put my sunglasses on.
Oh, he's gonna get into it. This is. I love this because it's 3 shows in a row of summer school turning into Mick's hell.
I know. We haven't even gone to summer school. Like we have a theme. We try to have a theme every year, and it just there it goes.
God bless us.
I got Hawaiian Lays over there. I can go get some.
Fair enough. They're close.
So, all right, people. Here's the deal. First off, so my wife and I bought a house. You know, this is not like a week or 2 ago. We put
which is awesome.
House. So we're getting ready to close. We're packing. That's why all the crap is not there anymore. And so within that, you're like prepping. You're trying to do this, trying to do that. And last week caused a lot of like headaches or whatever. Now push back even farther. A little over a year ago, I guess diagnosed or I found out that I have what's called a Staghorn kidney stone. This, for anybody who wasn't listening at that time, you guys should know. It is a kidney stone that grows in your kidney.
Yeah.
To the point where it encompasses your entire inside of your kidney.
And it goes up the renal canal. And and it will actually like crawl up through the renal canal and create deposits that look like a stag's horn. Yeah. It's gnarly.
So mine was a ball that was actually getting so big, it was pushing on the kidney and expanding it. But in those canals, like he said, were also like my size fingers going into them.
Mostly because that was all because of fuck yeah Jersey. That's the attitude you have towards illness. So
much. Yeah. Well, I mean, for years this had been going on, and I kept getting misdiagnosed because of my weight, stuff like that. So I have a lot of problems with doctors. Finally, I stumble upon one doctor that actually wants to help me. Orders some tests and goes, I think it might be this. Let's try this. And we find out through a CT scan that it is that. No other doctor ever tried this. So, and I had been to many. So they found it and they're like, it's at a point where you're going to die if you don't have surgery soon. Awesome. So it takes 2 surgeries for them to go up there and break this up and take it apart. And they botched both. Not not in a malpractice sort of way or anything. It's that type of surgery, and it's such a big stone that it had a chance of being botched. Now, what that
It had a
means is,
chance to actually be used in the Highland Games after it got out of you. So.
well, the surgery is supposed to be a normal size staghorns, I guess, when they break them out, or kidney stones or whatever. They get it all out. They take every piece out. They couldn't do that with this. They at one point they could only go in and break it up. They couldn't get all the pieces out themselves. So for the subsequent year, I've been peeing out kidney stones,
and I have seen them. They are pebbles that you find on the beach. It's
and
ridiculous.
not one at a time. You get like, there were times where I got like 10 at a time, and it's horrifying. It sucks. You live your life this way where you're just in discomfort. I had lost before the surgery. I had lost 80 pounds. And because like I just can't do much, I gained a lot of it back and turned into laziness and stupidity. But
you know, be a little easier on yourself, but fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, after the curse and everything, I should be. And we're not even at the curse yet.
Oh, we're far away from the curse. We're a year out from the curse.
I go back and I visit my urologist, and my urologist is always like, "There's still a little more in there. It's coming out though. It's still small enough where we can do it." Okay, cool. So I'm still waiting on some of the last bits to come out. So currently, I have a kidney stone in my bladder, and it's in my bladder and other areas, and it's hurting. So that's one. So that just recently started.
So it starts with a party in his pants.
Yeah. So then on top of that, what else was there?
Which part?
There's four things.
What do you want to talk about?
There's four things. Thank you, Jillian. Lemon juice does help. It is a big help. And I have actually a special medicine that breaks it up better than the lemon juice will. It's like a potassium citrate, and they gave me like a certain, and I have to take that every day. It's a must. Need to take that, and for the rest of my life. Like I have so many of these bottles that when we move to the new house, I'm gonna need to hire a moving unit to come in just to move these bottles. It's insane.
Well, so modern medicine's amazing, man.
It is, right? And so I take that. But it's still like there's so many, they're just going to keep coming. So on top of that, I am suffering from the shingles, which I have been
shingles from stress induced, which started everything.
Which started from the charity event because I was just so stressed and so much was going on. The shingles had like encompassed the entirety of my face, and you couldn't really see it on the shows because it wasn't here, but here and on my chest. And I was horrified. It sucked. And
it's also that amazing lighting you use. You know, I know you have that foundation you always put on usually before the show, so you cover it well.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, sir. But it did not look good, and it really bothered me. But I started taking a cream and stuff. Went to doctor a few times, and they took lab work and stuff. And this is where we keep going. So they took the lab work for the shingles to figure out what it is. And I took the steroid cream, so it's all clear and such now. It all looks good, and I feel good about it and everything.
You should definitely show more of that on YouTube too. I'm sure everybody wants to see your shingle
Look
ear.
at my ears.
Look at my shingle ears,
nice,
guys. You can get inside of this one. It's great.
It's so pretty. I love my ears.
Well, that was where I was looking to enter for the inner space thing. But we'll get to that.
That's fair. So they took lab work to figure out, because actually the second time I went back, they were like, this might not be shingles. I need to call in a consult. Like, they were horrified. So they ordered like every lab. So I go to the lab, I give my blood, and that was horrifying because she just kept poking me with a needle trying to find a vein. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Whatever. I don't have a problem with needles, so it's fine.
So you've been voodoo stabbed.
Oh, we're getting there. Who hired her? Who hired her?
See, you're getting voodoo stabbed. The shingles thing is obviously from you trying to do good. So someone was like using a roof shingle and rubbing it on the voodoo doll. So like, all right, it's coming together. It's coming together. I'm gonna put I will have an answer for you by the end of the evening.
I need you to be the investigator on this.
Yes, but of course. I do not have the mustache to make this happen, but I will try nonetheless.
I've been going and going and going, and so Thursday I was so stressed because with the move,
how stressed were you?
You were worried. You kept calling like, "You all right, man?" And I'm like, no. I was like, because then I was so stressed. Like my wife and I were even not fighting. Like we weren't like, "Oh no, it's over."
No, it's just
arguing.
elevated voices because it's sometimes you just commute. Well, when you're running down and seeing a train wreck flying in your face, it's a natural thing.
Our car needed new brakes, and so we had to send it in. And they had it since Thursday, but that was fine because we weren't using it. So we're like, just hold on to it for us. We just have so much going on. And then Thursday, I'm talking to my therapist because I do go to therapy. I love talking to a therapist. I've been doing it for years. Absolutely makes me feel amazing. Every Thursday when I talk to him, I walk out of there and I feel amazing. Even if I didn't have a bad week or anything like that, it just feels good to talk. So we get into it, and I'm now stressed because my wife is she's off doing the inspection for the house. And I'm home, and we had a few people over working on the house, and then I had the dog down here talking to my therapist, and I'm trying to get out all the stress I've had and the sicknesses and stuff, and the dog will not leave me alone. She keeps pulling and barking, and I'm like, so it stresses you out. When you don't have a good therapy session, it stresses you out even more. So I'm down here. I'm on this. This is my setup. So
yeah.
I get off with him. I'm not feeling that great. I'm petting the dog. I gave her a treat to calm her down a little bit. And I look at my phone, which I don't do during the therapy, and I missed a call from my doctor. So I'm like, oh, it's my lab results. So let's see what it is. And they leave a voicemail. And the voicemail goes, "Hey, how you doing? I'm gonna leave, Mr. Manhattan. We've gotten your results back from your lab, and the doctor wanted me to call you and let you know you have some diabetes." Well, we have a
got a touch of the old diabetes.
Some diabetes. When I heard
just
that,
some.
I'm like, some, just
there's
some.
a couple in portion? There. It's mostly your left shoulder that really seems to be storing it.
Quadrants. You have 30% of your body is suffering from diabetes, and with your penis.
We've noticed that your humors are out of line, my lord, and we will need to send the leeches to your right thigh.
So mind you, this is Thursday, right? Because of everything going on, I was supposed to have a doctor's appointment on Thursday, but I rescheduled for Monday, thinking, okay, I'll just find out what the thing is. And so Thursday, they tell me some diabetes. Now I have to wait because the doctor's not there until Monday.
So you get to sit with some diabetes.
Just get to sit with some diabetes. And that's not all. That's not all. They're getting the kickers here.
There's more.
There's definitely more. So now my wife is freaking out because she's like, "You have diabetes. What's going to happen? What kind of diabetes?" I don't know. I heard some. Is that a type? Is it type 1, type 2, type some?
It's only some until they take your foot, and then you lose the rest of it. You can balance it.
Babe, it's the type that takes the toe. Don't you know? So Paul goes. I love before we even go on. So thank you, Paul, for saying you helped me move, but I'm not moving. I'm hiring somebody. Brother, I'm on the meds. Do you have MS? Oh,
wow, Chris. Yeah.
Well, Chris, we're there with you, man. We support you. Of course, we know somebody who also has MS, and we know what that takes. So, brother, we love you, man.
It's a lot.
Thank you, Liz, saying I hope you get better soon. So do I.
Kind Liz. Well, Liz,
you've
got to help in the investigation because this is still not over.
Sit back. We're going on. So I told you, my car was there, and it was $500 to get the brakes switched out of my car, and it was nuts.
And for a Chrysler.
Peace, Mick. I hate all of that for you. Oh, just sit right there and you'll hear a tale of a faithful ship. The ship called COVID. So Friday. Now I'm feeling fine. I'm just feeling stressed and drained, is what it is. Friday night.
Like you have shingles and some diabetes, of course.
Yeah. Absolutely 100%. So Friday, I thought all of the stress finally got to me. There was a wash over me. My brain just got foggy. It was starting to hurt intensely. I couldn't stay away. I looked at my wife. I'm like, if I don't go lay down, I'm passing out. She goes, really? I'm like, yeah. So I go in and I do pass out. I passed out in bed. I have intense pain, headaches going on. It's crazy all night long. It's just all night. Like I'm trying to think of things and I can't quite grasp it. I wake up the next morning. I have bad sore throat, like just every type of symptom, and still the headaches and everything. So we take a COVID test. Positive. So we go on. Everybody else takes COVID test. Negative. So I'm like, let me take another one. Positive. I'm exhausting all. All four of us have exhausted all our COVID tests at this point. We ordered more, but like it's just to make sure. So
you need fucking house at your house.
Yeah,
that's really what's happening right now. You're a medical anomaly of just welcome to America. This is what you have your future.
I'm so white. Oh, so we're not even done.
Oh, we're not done. No, yep. That
because remember the shingles cleared up at this point.
Yes.
So thankfully, at least one thing's gone, but I still have the stress from the diabetes.
So I'm thinking that some kid accidentally got a hold of this voodoo doll, was playing with it on their dollhouse and rubbed it on the roof, hence the shingles. Then they stabbed you in the arm while playing with a pin, hence the stabbing. Then they sneezed on you.
Oh, Jesus. They brought me to a Walmart.
They brought you to Walmart and just dragged you on the ground and every shelf and just rubbed you all over the aisles.
You're just getting it all over. So
they also messed up your Matchbox cars.
Yeah. So all weekend I'm like stressed and tired. I'm sick. I'm just feeling it. My wife is being great. She's taking care of me. But she, of course, because of the kids, you got to keep a distance. So it's like quarantine. And we're doing really good with it. And so Monday, I'm locked away. I did all those reviews on Sunday. I pushed through, but I felt like I was dying, dude. I did 4 interviews. You kind of
looked like, you looked great.
Thank you. I did not, but I appreciate that.
It was less than your best face.
It really was. It was not the meal ticket. Even now, like my face just feels like so bloated and such because I just don't feel well. Yeah, so like I did 4 interviews for Skyline filmmaker interviews. Then I did like 2 reviews. Then we did a show together. And I'm just like, I never want to hear any podcasters or any YouTubers bitch about like anything again, because like if you don't love what you do, like I do because I love it and I want it to be successful.
Of course.
This is my business, our business. We do this together, and I'm tired. Like my chest just told me to stop talking for a second there. My chest was
you
like,
need a moment.
Give it a rest.
Well, breathing is helpful too. Yeah.
Oh my God. You should never yawn, and I am. Fuck me.
It's amazing. Look at you go.
That's because I keep talking. I'm an idiot. Yeah. So today's Tuesday, isn't it?
All day.
Fucking A, dude. So today's Tuesday. I wake up this morning. We're gonna go pick up the car because I can mask up and have all the stuff, and I'll take her over. Because yesterday my wife got home and she tested positive for COVID. So now it's like we're both sort of quarantined from the kids, but we don't have anybody else around here. So it's like we still have to take care of them, but we got to make sure everything is like cleaned and washed and everything. On top of being sick, on top of having all this symptoms, on top of having the pack because we have to move.
Yep.
So I know I sound like a complaining Gus, but bear with me because it's going to get to a fun place.
It's wonderful because this is just the lead up. It's taken 24 minutes to fully, completely explain everything you're going through.
I want the whole picture painted for everybody. It's like a Doctor Who episode. You have to know everything before you get to the end.
Before you get the payoff, exactly.
So we get to a good Doctor Who episode, by the way. So we get to now she has it. She doesn't feel well. Like I'm trying to help her too, and we're going through the whole motion. We wake up today. We're like, we got to go pick up the car. She's bundled up like Walter White. And we told them, so they were going to, we had paid over the phone and they're going to leave the key by the car so she could just pick it up.
Awesome.
The whole 9 yards and stuff. So, and now the van that we have won't start. And through a whole array of events that we had to go through just to be safe and get the van there, get the car back, get the kids to school, and the whole 9 yards while I am sick as a dog.
Yeah.
And have to plan this friggin' show. I'm like, this is crazy. We finally get the van there. They call us up and they go, listen, it's your battery. We're like, yes, it's like $100,
Easy,
whatever.
no problem.
It's not a lot. I mean, it's not. Listen, that's no chump change. It's not like I'm a Rockefeller.
No, but but you can handle $100. $100 for an Everhard is no freaking problem.
Mar-Lago looks a lot different for me when I'm down there.
Right? Yeah.
But like I'm like, I can handle a new battery, no problem. He goes, good news, it's just the battery. We're gonna switch it out. Blah blah blah. Bad news is, you have a Chrysler Pacifica, which with no bells and whistles whatsoever. And it doesn't even have like the automatic doors.
It is the bell and whistle.
Like if you drop offs at school and they open up the door, you feel the pour because they are like looking for a button every time.
Right.
And I'm like, no, man, just hit the handle. Shut the door. Shut up. God, our generation rolled windows down, you scumbags. Don't get mad at me.
We did. But now we have buttons.
Yeah, now we have buttons. So now they call me up and they're like, yeah, so it's like a special battery that's $400. I'm like, I've owned a lot of cars. I was like, never in my life did I come across a battery that costs $400 unless it's made of solid fucking gold. And just, I'm pissed now. And he's just like, yeah, man, I'm sorry. It's Chrysler. That's how they do this. It's a special battery you got to use. I'm like,
so messed up. They just managed to get you everywhere. It's ridiculous.
And now we got to move. We're putting out money like it's crazy. It's like a shovel to the face. And
or shingles to the face.
And I got the shingles came back this morning. It's on the side of my face.
They came back. Well, because of the car.
I'm all right. Let's all go to bed. Let's just all go to bed and we'll reconvene tomorrow.
If we could just all restart this day.
I still have 12 interviews to do over the next 3 days for Skyline.
Well, it's because you love it. All right. So I'm kind of curious as to which curse it could have been.
I don't know, but there's some kind of curse. You did this, didn't you?
I know. Look, first of all, if I was going to do it, I would use a professional. I wouldn't try to do this myself. I would go find some kind of traveler with a fellow group of travelers who like maybe specialized in this that I could pay and get something from. But with you, buddy, I mean, I wouldn't just go around trying to be like, well, he's on Noom, and I know he's going to struggle through the next couple, say, 100 pounds.
You in the face
maybe I could just hit him with a thinner. Like it worked for that guy in Stephen King's movie.
Listen, all right. I don't want that.
I'm not going to try to open a doorway to hell or anything. I mean, I'm not ninth gating this because that would be dangerous and irresponsible.
Dude, at least if you're going to pick something, go with like a mouth of madness sort of situation. At least make me go crazy.
No, you know what this is? No, fuck all this. Mick Manhattan, you're the jerk who plays with puzzle boxes.
I do. Oh, it's packed away.
Well, maybe that's the problem. Maybe if you get near it again, it'll like revitalize.
Oh my god!
Like everything, your body will get back to normal, and all of a sudden you'll lose 50 pounds. You'll be like, "Oh, I feel great."
I don't know what's happening.
You better not become beholden to a puzzle box, bro. I'm just saying it doesn't end well.
It's dude. If the puzzle, if I watch, I can't find it. I start unpacking, and I just can't find the puzzle box.
That's so much worse.
It's so much worse.
Terrible. What if you open it up and inside of it is a real puzzle box in the puzzle box container you have?
I'm just gonna roll with it.
Puzzle box in a puzzle box.
Just be like, listen, Pinhead, what we got here? What are we doing?
And you seem to have like a really shitty Christine. Like maybe you like she's giving you hardcore attitude as if she's
a jaded bitch. Is what
she's just being shitty to you. She's angry like you, or no, you have two of them. You have one going through menopause and the other one like who's first getting her first period. So the combination of the two, they're just at odds and just being fucking pissed off.
No,
it's not good.
I do want to spell. I miss what Skyline is. It is actually not movie productions. It's a Skyline Indie Film Festival. It's a film festival here in Winchester, Virginia. Every year it's going on its 10th annual year. This is our 3rd year as a sponsor for them, and it's a great festival. I host with my buddy Brian Pulling Focus Podcast, which is the official podcast of Skyline. It's a lot of fun. We talk to the filmmakers who all have movies in there and stuff like that. So it's a great time. So if you guys get a chance and you want a little more from me, talking more on the serious side of like filmmaking and stuff like that,
which is really great.
I
check it out.
I pretend most of the time.
2 knowledgeable guys just waxing poetical about all the things we love in movies.
One knowledgeable guy and another guy is cursed. Another guy is feeling the curse.
Definitely cursed. Did you get a new bed recently?
No, it's still my same comfortable bed that I like.
Just checking. I am attempting to complete my investigation, no?
Oh my God, you better find out what's going on. Make me think of moose periods now, thanks. Moose periods? What?
Moose periods? What
Where
the
is
hell?
Coming from?
Why did you get moose period? Are you going to a witch doctor? Hold on. When you say therapy, what exactly is this man's name, and is his face painted like a skull?
It's Aaron Sturdivant, and he takes good care of me.
Yeah, I believe it. Holy cow. Like, he just takes it. We're going to send you, and we're going to talk to you about your favorite things. Now take this pill, lay back, and we're going to play this intense music. All of a sudden, like, house music is just blaring back and forth. It's stress testing you the whole time. Is that what you're doing? Are you stress testing yourself to see if you can make it?
Oh my God, dude! Actually, if moose periods work and fix me, I'll do it. I don't know what it means.
I don't know either, but it might work.
So listen, everybody who's listening out in podcast land later or watching this later or now or whatever, I'm dying.
No, you are. We're actively having a funny conversation with you in the death chair.
Chris goes, okay, fine, I cursed you because your countdown list is movies I need to watch. I'm on 70 now.
Lot. Yeah, it's a lot of them.
There's so many. Today's I've never seen before, so I'm anxious to check it out.
Exciting.
From Beyond.
Oh, From Beyond. Cool.
So I'm anxious to check that one out, see what that's all about. But I will tell you this. I hope things start getting better. Not even for me. Just for my wife. My poor wife is stressed to the gills.
Oh, man, I can't imagine she's dealing with this well. I mean, you've been officially sick now for a year.
Yeah.
Over a year. Well, maybe even 2 years, because you let it grow to that.
No, remember that time we worked together at the data center and I was in the fetal position?
Yep.
That was the Staghorn. It was just growing. Yep. It was a baby Staghorn at that time.
Well, at that time, he's just a wee little guy.
And that was 2018, Casey.
Yes, it was.
Jesus Christ.
That is 4 years ago. 4 years of sickness.
This needs to be a movie, and Casey needs to be the sassy assistant. Casey could be a sassy assistant.
Well, Bronson Pinchot was like, I followed that guy. I wanted to be Sarge. Sarge, would you like a lemon twist? Well, I mean, no, not if there's any trouble. Of course, there's no trouble. Don't be fucking stupid.
I want you to rap. I watched that. I watched all 3 again the other day. Yes. I love those movies.
They're great.
The third one's tough. The third one is a tough one.
Okay, the third one's not really great. The first 2 are goddamn amazing.
All right. Let's get into this real quick. So, guys, if you don't know, we're talking about the Beverly Hills Cop movie.
Beverly Hills Cop movies, some of the greatest movies of all time.
Is there anything we can do for y'all? Please let me know. Oh, thanks, Paul. I appreciate that.
Oh, Paul, I got some stuff you can do. I mean, fuck that guy. He's fine. He'll muscle through. Come on up here. I got some stuff I need.
That's fair. I'm telling you, my nether regions hurt like a maniac, and like that's the thing. It's like, I actually prayed the other day.
Hey, Paul, change of plans. He does need something from you.
Can you start calling Paul through a garden hose? Which is a line from Beverly Hills Cop too.
So I ask that of all my prey.
All my prey. So So anyway, I'm not even getting into my sicknesses anymore. Screw it. Here we go. Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly
So I
Hills
watched
Cop.
all three. I love them. I watched the first one with my son. And then I'm watching the second one, which is my favorite. It's Tony Scott movie. I think it's fantastic. I absolutely love this movie.
You know, Dean Stockwell.
Dean Stockwell's cool. He plays Kane. There's a lot of fun people. Bridget
Nielsen.
Nielsen is in it. I was gonna say Wilson, but no, it's not right. Nielsen is in it.
I think you were thinking Peter Wilson of the.
No, Bridget Wilson was in. I know who you're talking about, but
yeah,
Bridget Wilson was in
Red Sonja.
No, Bridget Nielsen was in Red Sonja. Bridget Wilson was in. I think she was in Billy Madison.
I know. Oh, yeah. Who you're talking about? She was in Sweet Valley High too, wasn't she?
I don't know, Casey. I didn't watch that show on Sundays.
Yeah, neither did I. It was my sister, and I just was like, "What are you watching?" And I'd make fun of her, obviously, like a dude.
You watched that? You watched the Babysitters Club, didn't you?
Yeah, of course I did. Dude, I needed pointers, man. Why do you think I watched Felicity? I was like, maybe this will help me figure out how to talk to girls.
And this is why
it did not.
This is why you have had no help, and I am all knowledgeable. Why? Because I watched Clarissa Explains It All.
Yeah, no, that's true. You know what? It's very fair. Whenever Sam came by with the
she filled me in on everything. Notice once she left, the internet started.
Yeah, Wikipedia took over for
her. Yeah, there you go. Julian Assange, you sneaky bastard.
It was always, my two sources of information growing up, obviously Clarissa Explains It All and Encyclopedia Brown. That's it.
Yeah,
that's all you
need.
One
too. I love
fantastic.
Brown. All right, because I have
Beverly
to
keep catching
my breath.
Because
don't mind me, people. Like it is actually tough to breathe.
One has one of the greatest scenes ever with just the what is it, Bogomil or Taggart? Is Taggart going in
1 and 2?
Yeah, Bogomil's the chief, but Taggart was the detective.
No. He's the captain. Bogomil's the captain. That's Ronnie Cox.
Sorry, that's right. Ronnie Cox.
Taggart was the detective who was partnered with Rosewood, played by Judge
Rosewood. Yep. Who keeps getting called Rosencrantz and Rosestein and
Roseweed.
Roseweed.
They call him a bunch of stuff, but Roseweed, I remember, was one of them.
Great. But that was when they go into the strip club and they're calling him Gerald R. Ford, former President Gerald R. Ford. It's just so funny. I could never not laugh at that scene.
I want to interview Eddie Murphy, and I want to ask him about that movie because there's a lot of stuff that is so off in the acting that I'm wondering what happens because, one, Paul Reiser's character, if you watch his in a sequel, now I'm only talking about the second one. Okay. If you watch in the second one, he slowly is devolving into what looks like a cokehead because the bags and the black under his eyes keep getting worse.
The whole time he's working Vice Squad, he's doing all the stuff Eddie Murphy's supposed to be doing, and it's terrible.
Yeah, all night he's just out in the Lamborghini driving it around with the girls, and then comes to work the next day. It's crazy. And then but the interactions they have.
But I would venture to say that is real life. That was Paul Reiser during the filming of that. Those 3 months, I think, were absolutely
that's a very
him devolving into a cokehead. And then he had Mad About You and was like, "Shit, got to clean up,
got to get it together." No, this is My Two Dads era.
Oh, well, that's the best era. That's my favorite Paul Reiser.
Yeah. So we get in. So you get into all that, and then but there's interactions when he's on the phone with Ronnie Cox's Bogomil character. And he's like, God, fucking COVID, man. Kicks you in the ass.
Yawned? He yawned?
You start losing breath the more you talk.
I'm messing with you, I know.
And then, I know you know.
Trying to make light of your deadly situation.
This is my first time ever having COVID.
Oh, congratulations.
I really thought I had an immunity to it. I'm kind of pissed about this. I was like, I got a Wolverine thing going on. I'm never going to get COVID. I'm good. And it is not true. I was just very good at hiding.
Yeah, well, usually shingles is indicative of a weakened immune system, which would be onset by some long-term prolonged issue, like, say, I don't know, Staghorn kidney stone. And then, adding with that stress and lowered immune system, you're not able to respond the same way. So the COVID just goes, hey, guys, looks like a party in here. What's up? And diabetes is already wearing on your body. the some diabetes that walk in occasionally, they're like the neighbors from 4 houses down. They only make it like once a month to the party, but you never know which party it's going to be.
Never know. So
Never
like
know.
I'm not wildly on my best this week, and I'm telling you, next week after I kick this thing, it's gonna be like Donkey Kong.
Of course you are. You're gonna crush it, bro. Expect
But
nothing less. You're doing great.
Beverly Hills Cop, man, that kicks my butt, man. Yeah, I did enjoy watching them, but they are like they throw you off. Like there's one point he's talking to Bogomil, and he's like, "Hey, how's Jen? How's your daughter? You know, if her father didn't have a cop,
Badge.
if her father didn't have a badge and a gun," and Bogomil answers with, "Yeah, she's great, isn't she?" And it's like, you messed up a line or something here because it didn't work. And there's a lot of that in this movie.
Yeah, I have a feeling some of it was because it was too many takes from just laughing a lot.
Probably.
And then eventually someone got mad and went, "We have to get it done," and they just hammered through real quick. Probably Tony Scott. Like, all right, guys, enough dicking around. I need to make Days of Thunder.
Now let me ask you a question.
Fire away.
I want your opinion.
Yes,
I've been watching a lot of horror lately.
Okay.
I'm gearing up, getting ready for Halloween. And I got to tell you, the earlier I start every year, the more fatigue I start getting, but I keep pushing.
Well, that's because it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Well, but even this weekend, like on top of like what I had to watch for the countdown, I also watched other movies. And I'm wondering, I was like, is too much of one genre bad for you?
I think that question was answered by everyone ever, and right now your body. That moderation is important. I think you're now getting a pretty hard life lesson in that.
Well, Paul had said earlier in the show on the comments that he thinks it is. He's got to mix it up a little, and I do. As a movie fan, you'd think you do. I think you got to mix it up for sure. But there are some people who are only horror fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all they want to watch, and there's some people who are only, like my wife, only really likes dramas, romantic comedies. So there's a mix up. There's some people who only stick to one. You, for instance, love your romantic comedies. You will go on a tear.
Yep. My rom-coms, my the rom-coms, heavy dramas, period pieces, those are all things that I get streaky with. Something about where I just got on fire with them and I want to watch 30 of them and then I'm done. It's a hard done. It's that line. I load up as much as I can. I have goofy comedies I'm that way with, like movies like Date Night or Cock Blockers, which I think are fantastic movies. But the Babysitter, that was funny as all get out. But you have to eventually kind of slow down and go, okay, I've satiated that lust. It's time to move on. But I get weird because at the same token, horror is such a great baseline. You can do so much with it. So horror is one that I don't necessarily get really. It's not old to me because I can laugh. I can find movies that are related, like slashers. I can switch it up and go watch monster movies. I can watch, there's so many different variables and variations within horror itself that I don't feel like you can really tap it out. Like I can get tired to the point where I need to maybe get a palate cleanser, but nothing more than that. That's just like, I just need to watch one thing different and I'm back to it.
I can't, it's so hard for me to binge just one genre because it affects my moods.
Oh, it does. Oh, absolutely.
100%. And like, and so when it affects my moods, what I normally like to do, and thankfully I had to do it because I was doing this countdown and I had no TV shows I was watching.
Yeah. So you had to stop murdering, right?
I decided to stay out of summer camp and out of people's dreams. Like I just don't know. The glove doesn't fit that well anymore until the diabetes is gone.
Well, the shingles adds the swelling. You'll be fine, buddy. No time. No time.
Oh, that hockey mask is just like whomp. I straightened Jason's mask with my stupid head. I show up on scene and everyone's like, "We're outrunning you."
Yeah. So just pick a direction and trip him. Okay.
Oh, this one's definitely walking at a much slower pace. What's this Jason's greatest enemy? A treadmill.
A treadmill. Cardiovascular activity of any kind, really.
Guys, there's a masked killer at this camp. Where do you think he is? The mess hall?
It's all right. Don't worry. He doesn't run. You'll know when he's coming. You'll hear a squeaky bike coming.
He asks for a ride everywhere. We're getting really annoyed because he says he has to sit up front.
Guys, I'm just not comfortable anywhere else. All right.
We knew it was the killer when he asked if we could stop at Subway on the way to camp. Got him again. Yes.
Like, do you really think you're wearing some kind of outfit difference? It's like you're just but a shower curtain moo. What? So I'm different. It's not the same killer.
It's the easiest killer to get away from because there's creaky boards everywhere.
Beware him as he approaches.
Get out of here. Get out of here, Mike.
We know it's you.
Because you ever be a big guy with a big head and try on a Michael Myers mask? I mean, come on.
I have.
It rips a little.
Yeah. I just love the idea of we see you.
Don't make me look. I'm gonna choke and die. Stop.
Don't do that.
Oh my god, I have to catch my breath. It's fucking COVID, dude. I can't even laugh right. Oh,
it sucks. I'm sorry, brother.
No, it's not your fault. It's funny. I'm glad. If I'm gonna die laughing, I might as well go.
It might be my fault. I may have. I don't know. Look, okay.
No, it's not my fault at all.
Look, Mick, I'm not saying that I went up and messed with the Ouija boards up in my attic.
That's the first thing
my wife asked me. Not saying. Did she?
Yep. So first thing she asked me, she goes, "Did you touch the Ouija board?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't."
I still have those two sitting up there. Oh, and now it's creepy too because one of the lights went out on the far side, so I have to use a flashlight to get over to the other side. So that creepy attic with a flashlight.
Can we do an episode before you have to leave that place?
We have to. Yes.
Next week, I say we do.
Less dead. I'm in.
It's gonna be so good. I'm just gonna be from the comfort of my own home with my curse. You're gonna be stuck out there.
I'm upstairs. Like, well, that's what I'll do. I'll set it and position it so that way everyone can see what's happening behind me, and that's where the killer will come. So people in the comments will be able to either decide. It'll be like a choose your own adventure, but you only get to do it once.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be. I'm gonna be the fat guy in the van who's like, "Kid, look behind you." I even look like him. Like, look, it fits. It's just like, look behind you, kid. Look behind you. Oh my god, 30-second delay, and then I get my throat slit. And I don't care how tough. Listen, because let's say you're about Matthew Lillard's size in that movie.
Okay, fair enough.
And let's get somebody else who's about Billy's size who is tougher. Now, I want you to deadlift my weight.
I think Paul Dunn could do it. Yeah.
I'm sure you could. You guys are tough guys. I want you both to deadlift my weight and put my body on top of a van.
Okay, done.
It ain't happening. That shit is not happening. From the ground?
Absolutely,
no way.
Sure.
No way. There had
you'd have to help us.
Assailants in that movie.
You'd have to help us. We couldn't kill you until you were on the van.
No, they killed him and then put him on the van.
Yeah, I know. We wouldn't do that. Well, PCP is a hell of a drug. So you can do a lot of things that you probably didn't think you could when you're on PCP. So
listen, guys, before you leave and go check out Himbree's body, can you help us out? Dude, I'm telling you, but going back to the genre talk, okay, especially with the horror and stuff and like everything I'm going through, like it definitely affects your mood no matter what you're watching. I need a palate cleanser. So I usually watch a show. I usually have a show I'm binging while I do it. And I didn't when I started this. So it was kind of throwing me off and it was like hitting me a little hard. And I think just with everything else on top of it, I started watching a new show. It doesn't help because the show isn't a horror show.
Yeah.
But it's like shows the real life shit and horror that happens. It's called Big Sky.
Okay.
Catherine Winnick is the star of it. She's great on the show too. Where they play detectives and they're like, it's these girls get kidnapped and they're trying to find them like by two psychopaths.
So you're going with murder mystery to get away from horror. That's brilliant.
It's so I'm a moron. I'm an idiot. I need to go back to He-Man. Is what I need to do.
Whatever happened to This Is Us? Weren't you watching that for a while?
It's off. I finished it.
Oh,
I'm not revisiting This Is Us. There is too much of a genre. The This Is Us genre. You cannot watch that show too long, or it's going to just you're going to dry out.
I mean, Parenthood, all of those. They all got me. They all nailed me, man. Well, you know what you should do? Have you thought about going back and revisit? There are certain ones that I want to go back and revisit, and I think I'm ready. I think it's time for me to go rewatch Scrubs. Like, really give it the full rewatch. I keep getting through season 1 and not.
Which you rewatched probably 3 months ago.
No, I watched Scrubs. I watched that 4 years ago.
Oh,
it was right before 2020. I kind of got into it a little bit, and I rewatched it, and then was like, I don't know if I'm ready yet. I think it's time.
Scrubs,
I love it. It's one of my all-time favorites, man. It's got some of the most beautiful storylines, impactful storylines, and humor just off the chain.
All right, let's see what some people are saying.
People are talking. Comments. Hi, friends.
Thank you, Liz. I appreciate the topic. The love.
His brain comes up with stuff.
Never too much horror.
Never.
There is. There's in a good way. Like,
oh yeah,
you can. I never have to stay away from horror too long.
Right.
But
I have to say, horror and sci-fi are the two that I need palate cleansers from, because I will get so into them and I will watch so much of them, and then I'll wind up. I know when I'm ready for my break, when I'm excited to watch Event Horizon, and I'm there now. I want to watch Sunshine and Event Horizon, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to need to watch something like The Notebook afterwards, or Nights in Rodanthe.
Oh god. Yeah, I don't know how they only have one genre. I definitely have a mix: horror, comedy, some action, fantasy, anime. I'm actually getting on an action kick right now.
Oh yes, we have to embrace this then. What do you want to watch? Whitewater Summer?
What is it with you and Whitewater Summer? It's not even an action movie.
I mean, it's pretty actiony. Dude breaks his leg and then yells at a kid.
Stupid movie. It's not that great of a movie. It was so bad of a movie. It sat on a shelf for years. Yeah. And then they filmed filler stuff with Sean Astin, where he was a teenager. And in the movie, when they're telling the story, he was in like Goonies age child. Like it's so
it is a little bit different. Yeah.
You watch it and you're like, how is that him?
Yeah, because it's not. He looks like Toy Soldiers level. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
That's a good one to watch. Ooh, I know what's uplifting and happy. Yeah. Taps. Taps is one I need to revisit.
Taps is a good movie.
It is a good movie.
That's a lot, though.
That's heavy as shit.
You both need to watch All of Us Are Dead.
All of Us Are Dead. Okay.
I'll check it out.
Absolutely.
Okay, no, for sure. Scrubs is my favorite sitcom.
Yes, of course it is, Sturdy, because you're a brilliant human being. It's one of the best.
I really like Abbott Elementary. Might rewatch the episode soon. I've heard really good things about that. It's actually come under fire. I guess somebody came out and said like they stole his idea.
Really?
For the show. I don't care. I'll watch it. I'm not standing on it. I'm tired of standing on circumstance for everything. I went back and like we haven't eaten at Chick-fil-A in like 3 years.
Yeah.
And then I went back and Tommy asked us today, and actually this would probably be a good topic to kind of like finish off with, but Tommy asked us today, he's like, can I have Chick-fil-A if I buy it? And I'm like, and then I gave this whole spiel about why we're against it and what they're doing and what they're donating towards. And then he goes, well, are they still doing it? It's been like 3 years. And I was like, you know what? Let's go and look. And we did a research. And no, they said, we're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to donate to that. And they haven't. Mm-hmm. And there have been some things that come out. Now, there's some little things here, like the parent company wound up firing a transgender woman in Georgia. But I guess she wasn't working at a Chick-fil-A, but they just kind of lumped Chick-fil-A in with it.
Right.
So it was like this crazy thing. And I was like, I kind of get it. I was like, all right. I was like, Tommy, I was like, good on you. You wanted something, and you didn't want to go against what we believed or how we felt. And she feels the same way. It's not like he has different views, but he's a kid who just wants Chick-fil-A. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's really simple.
Yeah.
And when it breaks down that easily, it's hard to say no.
Yeah, and like he understood where we were coming from, and he's just like, yeah, but I just really, and they're serving it at school, so it wasn't even like a, one of those things. So we were talking about it, and then I looked at it and I was like, all right, well, they went against it and they said they're not going to donate anymore, and it's been investigated and they haven't. So I was like, if they're not doing that, then we're not contributing our money to that, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I was hugely against them because of the conversion therapy stuff and a lot of other things, and very against that and not okay with it. So I was very happy to see that they stopped some of that. I don't know. I kind of also was never a huge Chick-fil-A guy. I'm one of those weird anomalies where like I just don't like it that much. There's lots of other shit I want to eat.
That's fair.
You know,
I like their nuggets.
I get the nuggets love. I do. I understand it is some of the better, juicier, tender nuggets out there on the market. I mean, definitely better than Burger King nuggets. Those things are like weird little uncomfortable flat pieces of trash. So,
dude, I all I know is I'm done standing on circumstance for everything anymore, because everything is corrupt in some way.
Of course, it's follow the money, man. It's all bullshit. You have the ability and the power to make your own informed decisions, to put your money and hard-earned efforts into what you choose. And you will cultivate that, and from that you will sow whatever success you have set yourself up for. And I mean, I don't see any reason to stand on as much circumstance every time, because you don't know the full story. Usually you're only getting part of it, or some portion of it, or someone reporting on something they read and how they feel about something. It's not. You got to go to sources, man. You got to find out what the actuality of it is.
I fact check everything. That's why
you have to.
We went through, and that's why I took the time to do it today with Tommy, because I was like, we're going to type it into Google. Once we type it into Google, we're going to check out some articles from reputable sources. Then we're going to find out what they're saying and what Chick-fil-A did. And then after that, we went to fact-checking sites, and we were looking. Snopes is one I definitely 100% believe in and love. And, I go check them out. And then I was like, but you got to dig deeper, man. I was like, you can't keep going. And what we did was we got to a point where I learned that it's not Chick-fil-A under the name Chick-fil-A that they're donating to super PACs that push these laws.
Mm-hmm.
It was the owner. It was his own personal funds that he's doing. And I looked at Tom, and I was like, and I said to him, I was like, and they noted everybody who does it. And they go, yeah, it may be the owner only doing it, but it's not Chick-fil-A. But here is a list of restaurant-owned companies that are. And it's all like the favorite places. And I was like, so if I'm going to take myself out of this guy for doing it, then you got to take yourself out of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And
you don't have to. You can waffle and be full of shit and just say you stand on principle, a principle that means nothing. I mean, a lot of people do that.
No, I know. And I am going to. But
good man.
No, I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what, though? I was like, if I keep getting mad at now if I'm mad at everybody who's giving money for politicians they believe in to get laws, like, we do it too when we donate to our fucking politicians.
Yep.
I was like, I think what needs to happen is a obliteration on the Western Front. No.
What?
I was waiting for you to come back with that one.
And then after we complete the forward progress, wait, what time is it?
Yeah.
We don't want to do this in winter.
I don't know. I'm just so tired of like trying to figure it all out and going down the rabbit hole of everything.
No, because it's all bad and it's all terrible. But the most important thing we can do is just teach our children and our friends and the people we love and care about to think for themselves. Critical thinking is super important. And I think that's the big lesson to pull out of here. Like, Noom helped some people critical think their way through different food decisions, different, lifestyle decisions. And then, they wind up with shingles. And they wind up with some diabetes, and they wind up with a Staghorn kidney stone that still hasn't gone away yet. Like, that is ridiculous, man. It's insane. It follows. I tell you, that's the curse. You have it follows. It's just a bunch of different little shitty, crappy, tiny ones. Like,
and I didn't even get the sex out of the deal.
Yeah, no. This is a different type of STD. This one floats in the air.
Well, guys.
But it goes through your dick hole. So congratulations.
That's very true. I'm tired. And I just want to say, if you haven't seen them already, we have a bunch of new reviews out. Go check them out on our YouTube channel. You can also check out Casey and I as we go through my Halloween horror movies countdown, part 1, 95 through 75. It is up now. We had a good time doing it. We're going to continue on with all of them as we go. I want to thank our patrons for all their support, helping keep the lights on. Tim Forbes, Paul Dunn, Stacy Peters, Matt Branch, Aaron Sturdivant, Chris Sales,
and Dan Gowell, John Burhap, Ron Lippett, Jason Taylors, AJ Zyla, Dale Andrews, and Chris Harris's.
See, Casey gets to say more than me, so somebody else needs to join so we have an even number. But if you want to join, head over to patreon.com/thescenesnobs.
And at least he's not petty.
Yeah, right. We have 3 tiers available, so head over there if you want to join and support the show. If not, or if so, or any which way you want to go,
you can join us at the Snobs Nation Discord, where we like to carry on our conversations and hang out and interact with everyone and all you beautiful, wonderful people. It's a great spot to hang out and really, we've got a couple cool different things going on Sunday nights. Our good man Dan is actually one of our heavy duty moderators, one of the butt kickers out there, along with Liz. We appreciate him for helping hang out and creating a wonderful, fun space.
Absolutely. And thank you all for who are already in there joining us, having conversations. But guys, remember to like this video and hit the subscribe button because we have some great shows out there. Of course, the Scene Snobs Podcast, which is live on YouTube every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Trust me, it's more lively and a lot more fun when I'm not dying. And sometimes. So you go over there, you enjoy that, but there's more to it. Enjoy us on our Geek Fest Live. Enjoy us on Real Combat Season 2, which is coming soon. Our Scene Snobs movie reviews, Plot Roast, where we roast old movies given to us by our Patreon members, and we appreciate them for that. And we have more coming. We have this very special Friday morning show that may be coming soon, but we'll talk about that more as we go.
Well, we will definitely be approaching that when you're actually functionally able to rest and not wake up. I can't imagine what you look like waking up right now.
Yeah, not good. But it does look good.
It's probably not that amazing merch that we have. And if you happen to wake up with someone wearing this merch, wouldn't you feel great about yourself too? So go on down to the merch shop and get yourself an AHA shirt or an Embrace the Absurdity or a Scene Snobs mug, because nothing says what friendship really is like a mug from your favorite snobs.
That's right. And you guys can also follow us on all social media platforms. We're on everything you see here, which is Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. We're also on Tumblr, Pinterest, Reddit, the whole 9 yards. Our handles are all there at the Scene Snobs or at the Scene Snob in some cases. Just go check us out if you type it in. As always, all of these links are available below. You can check it out, or you can also go and over to thescenesnobs.com or our link tree for more. Guys, you're all amazing.
As I did discover, one of the really cool guys at the DC World Reggae Festival that I went to on Saturday, which was a blast, did scream at everyone about midway through his set. And he's like, "Do you like my music? Well, you got to support me. You got to support me. You got to support me on my socials." So I don't know if we're being aggressive enough, but go ahead and please join the Discord and let us know, or comment along to this video or podcast as well.
Join it.
You better. We know it's good for you.
So guys, as always, this is a lot of fun. We have a great time. Casey, take it away, my friend.
We love and appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully we're able to give you an hour of joy and maybe forget a little bit about the craziness of the world going on. So we appreciate you. And remember, as always, to be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. Good night, everybody.
Take care, guys. Stop talking over. Some good music we have here.
Got these beast tunes.
Scene Snobs are the best around town. You
gotta listen up to the Scene Snobs. Yeah.
Stop ruining my song. I thought I was trying to back up vocals. I'm sorry, bro. This was COVID, right? When have vocals ever been on top of other vocals? Hello.
I mean, Air Supply.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, they did great. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me try better.
Air Supply. Wait, no. Say the wrong thing.
Making love. Scene Snobs. Making love out of nothing at all. Scene Snobs. I think that should work.
Probably.